Good evening, folks. How are we all going? Welcome back. It is Wobbly Player Syndrome. It is episode 29. That's exciting, right? For some reason. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Excitement!
This month's episode is called You Pushed Me Too Far. And considering what GW's done lately, I think it's rather appropriate. But with me in this little rant, constructed criticism of a chat show, we have Isabel, who may have muted herself. Well done. We have Mark. Safe for work, Mark.
Hey, everybody.
And thank you, Michael. Welcome to yourself.
Hello, hello!
Michael has just liked
right?
his own stream. He
Can you
saw
hear
what
me?
he's liked. Yeah, I can hear you. You're good. Yeah. We are trying a different format. We're using to record this, see how it goes. But look, there's 4 pretty pictures, which is exciting. How is everyone?
Going alright?
Yeah, not too bad.
My Messina beanie on, courtesy of my niece, / also her mother, my sister. Though her mother doesn't know yet, because my niece just paid for it on her mother's card. I bought her
And
dinner
that card
and ice
number
cream.
is 555.
Anyway, I bought her dinner and ice cream. She bought me a beanie. It was very nice.
Very good. Mark, how are you?
Yeah, good. Getting there. On holidays.
And what do you do on holidays, Monk?
I drink beer and talk into a camera and play computer games and Warhammer and all kinds of good stuff.
Sounds like my work
Excellent.
week.
It looks like we've all got different sponsors tonight, so that's very exciting.
Yes.
Yeah.
What do you do on your holidays? The same thing I do every night is drink piss and talk shit.
It's such a familiar
Struggle
story.
is real.
The struggle is real. Now, we normally go straight into the new releases, and I have a feeling this is going to be the start of our rant just because of certain pre-orders that happened on Saturday. But let's
What
ease
if back
into
end
it.
all of our personal stuff?
Sorry? Let's
We
end
can
our
back
personal
end
stuff.
all of our personal stuff.
Back end personal stuff?
Yeah, if we can lead straight to the rant, let's do it. Get to it.
All right, Michael, lead us off with the new releases, and we'll hold our rant to finished, and then we'll talk about the pre-order.
That pre-order. So, new releases. Since the last one, we've had the War of the Spider came out, which was cool, which meant you got Fabius Bile, who looks pretty nifty. We also got a new Blackstone Fortress box, which has got a Zode, which is very exciting for all of us really old grognards. They had that new Demonifuge stuff with Ephrael Stern and that. Those were some interesting models. We got the Lord Inquisitor Kyria Draxus with the cool little shoulder dragon and stuff.
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought that's a nifty model.
Yeah, she looked good.
We got some new Necrons, Illuminator Seras, which I think is the old mate who's pulling that person's soul out through their head.
Yeah.
And then we got
Again?
Psychic Awakening Pariah, which came with a 20th. It was a 20th edition and 20th anniversary edition of the Demonifuge that came out. The AOS General's Handbook for this year came out. Blood Bowl released plastic box sets of mixed teams, which was interesting, and there was a new Spike Journal
But there you go.
for
Yes.
Blood Bowl stuff.
So that Pariah
And
book,
then
that Pariah book.
they released a pre-order.
Yeah, hold your horses. That was the last of the Psychic Awakening, the Pariah, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Thank Christ for that. I mean, good. I mean,
I don't think it's been that bad. I've kind of liked the Psychic Awakening. It's been a bit interrupted
yeah,
because of everything that's been going on.
because of 2020. Yeah, that just covers it all, really, doesn't
Why? What's
Yeah.
happening?
it? Yeah.
Well-
good point. Our podcast
Victoria's
doesn't
shitting
go
the
that
bed.
long.
That's what's happening.
Oh, poor Victoria. Seriously, I am very sorry for Victoria.
Yeah, it's
I'm
not
feeling
good.
for you, and I'm very worried about the rest of Australia at this point.
Yeah.
So, back to Pariah. I was excited when I didn't realise Inquisitors were going to be in the Pariah book. I went, yeah, exciting! And then I read it, and they're exactly rule for rule, word for word, as it is before the Pariah book. I went, well, that was exciting.
Well, you got to have the rules there for people who missed that White Dwarf, I guess.
But
Yeah, it would have been
Well,
nice
when you've
to
been
get something
putting
cool.
all of your time into the pre-order. You can't spend your time doing other things.
Big thanks to Liam and Dave for the likes of the stream. My words don't get any better. So, I was excited about
Thanks,
the
Liam and Dave.
The Death Guard bit of the spider one. I was excited and really enjoyed, and I played a game of that since then, and it was very cool. Except I thought they also missed a lot in it too. There was no pallid hands or known Vectorums. So it was all these new ones. I went,
I like the whole lore thing because having the custodes getting abducted and experimented on is going to lead to good things.
Yeah, what could possibly go wrong with Fabius Bile
I
getting
know,
all
right?
kinds of shenanigans? The answer is Chaos fucking Primaris. That's the answer.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Precisely what's happening.
Or Chaos Custodians because they're not quite Primaris. Anyway.
Well,
So-
yeah, but they will be Chaos Primaris. They'll be the equivalent of
What are we going to
Chaos
call the
Primaris.
Chaos Primaris? I want somebody to come up with a ridiculously chaosy word for Primaris.
Is their name not Bruce?
Biggest stickers.
It's underwhelming, I would think,
Yeah.
Bruce.
That's going to cause some confusion.
Yeah, it would.
Well, it's better
because
than Bob.
I've got Derek in the Death Guard, so I can't have a Bruce as well.
Bruce the Obliterator.
All right, let's go. Saturday last week, the 11th of this month of July. I just realised not everyone gets to listen to us live, you fools. The big build-up for 9th edition Indomitus box set. Here it is. Pre-order now. You got 2 weeks to pre-order. 2 of them sold out in what, half hour?
1 minute, from what I heard.
Yeah.
So it was.
Yeah.
Look, I think we all felt it was going to be a bit of a Sisters of Battle event. We were hoping we were going to be wrong. Thanks, GW, for being so faithful and predictable.
Consistency.
It was really sad
Yeah,
to
give them
see
points
the.
for that.
I mean, even the really big specialist stores getting only 150.
Yeah,
Our local got 45 copies.
yeah.
Um,
The big stores were like, yeah, we got half as many as we thought we were getting.
Yeah.
Not even that they asked for, that they thought they were going to get.
Yeah.
I didn't even get any delivered.
There you go. I thought it was funny because I was it Instagram, I think, maybe, or one of the streams of some sort that I look at. It was sold out now, and right underneath it was pre-order now. No. And,
So it was on the Instagrams, was it?
yeah, one of them.
On the internets?
Yeah, the Facebook. Oh, knows.
Several instant grams.
Yeah,
I do feel like that whole 2 weeks of pre-order time was pretty optimistic. I mean,
Yeah.
What it is,
Yeah.
possibly it's
Sorry.
them trying to make more
Running-
copies, so they'll have like stock.
Well, yeah.
release
So
day.
our local Warhammer store have said they are getting stock for day one that aren't pre-ordered stock. So, yeah, don't know. They might have another release of pre-ordering. I wouldn't hold your breath, but I also wouldn't be jumping on eBay trying to buy one because it's going to cost you a fortune.
so are we expecting another Black Friday stampede type thing when they open up these non-pre-order copies?
Yeah, I don't know. It was funny that the bonuses you got if you bought it from Warhammer compared to the wristband and little badge you got when you bought it from a specialist store as well. It was interesting. But
What did you get from GW?
If you ordered it from GW Online, you got a dice bag.
We'll get to that.
Yep.
We'll get to that.
Fucking
But
dice
there were other books. There are
bag.
other things you could pre-order as well. You could get a measuring tool. You could get... what was the other books? A chapter approved, which were 2 books. I didn't realize 2 books, and you bought them as a pack of 2. It wasn't $70 each. It's $7.
They did
for
it with
2 of them.
the last chapter approved as well. You've got the chapter approved, and then you've got the book of updated points, or the Ministorum
Oh,
Field
yeah, so
Manual.
they've
I
done
think
that
they
again.
call
Well,
it.
wait a second. Wasn't chapter approved supposed to be all of the new points?
Well, yeah,
It's 2 chapter approves. One for all the new points, and the other one is maps and missions and stuff.
One of them is chapter approved, and one of them is here are all the points, like the last chapter approved, which was here is chapter approved and a second book with all the new points.
This confuses me because I thought the whole point of chapter approved was that it was all the new points.
Yeah, they come in. There are so many new points that it's a second book that comes
2 books
sellotaped to your copy of chapter approved.
Yeah.
Chapter approved is all the erratas and shit and the new missions, and then there's a second book for just the points.
Points for every unit in the game. So it had to be a separate book.
It's just chapter approved and also much chapter approved.
Correct. Part 1, Part 2.
.com.
And you got open war cards, and there was some other stuff I can't remember. Oh, you got maps.
There was a Crusade Journal. There was the Battlezone Manufactorum. There was an objective set. There was a 40k branded carry case with the new logo on it. And they released 4 new paints.
I saw that
as well.
We could pre-order those
chapter
as well.
approved, there was paint.
Yeah.
No, this is as part of the new pre-orders.
And don't forget the big announcement for the app.
Oh, the app. That's definitely a thing.
This feels like it's going to be a ranty episode.
Comments. They were...
honestly, if there's an app, if the app actually comes, I may actually play again.
So the app is $7 a month, and you still have to buy your books.
Not.
Yeah, it's $7 a month and doesn't include the codexes. You buy the codexes and basically scan your barcode in.
And then it unlocks the rules in the app for you.
Yeah, so when you buy a book, you QR code it into the app, and then you have that in your app.
Yeah. So
buying the app just means you have the app.
And the comments went mental.
$7
Yeah.
a month. You could actually pay for another codex in like 4 months.
You are paying $7 a month essentially for
maybe more
an
like
army
8
builder.
months.
I think the $7 a month gets you access to the army builder.
That's what you're paying for. $7 for
I already fucking have Notepad on my computer, so I don't need that.
You don't have to pay for the app if you're inserting your book into it. That's the free part.
Yeah, there is a free version of the app as well.
Yeah.
Is there?
Yeah. And that's where you buy your book and you put the code in and you have access to that, and you get core rules. If you want the full rule book,
so if I'm paying $7 a month, I get it or not?
No, okay. Let's try that again. There's a subscription model and a free model.
Yes.
The free model, you get to have the core rules, which are downloadable anyway for free. And when you buy a codex, you enter the code in, and your codex is now part of that free app side. Right? If you subscribe, you will have access to the full rule book. You will also get access to the army builder.
And the old codex.
At the moment, the special is you also get every written codex in existence before the new ones are released.
Which isn't a terrible deal.
No.
Got Excel.
But if you've bought the book, the rule book, you're essentially paying $7 for an army builder.
I have enough rule books to club someone to death. So.
They also mentioned that as the new codexes get released, they'll be removing the 8th ones from the app.
Ooh, fuck that.
Yeah. No, that's how it works. Yeah. So, I think the biggest issue I have with the biggest issue I have with the app is the price point. If it was, say, a couple of dollars, maybe.
If it was $1, if it was $1 a month, it'd be a steal.
Yes.
As it stands, I don't want Vader rolling into the room saying, "We have changed the terms of the agreement."
Even if it's $7 a month, if they provided full access to every goddamn rule as it's released, whatever freaking codex, you're on the subscription, you're paying $7. Even if it was $15 a month, that's ridiculous.
If you got the books
but
and stuff,
if you got every book, people would do it. I'd do it.
If I was a player, essentially replace the codex approves, the rules, the erratas, and made live rule books and stuff like that, bargain. But the fact that I'm going to pay $84 a year and then buy a $70 chapter approved book.
Aren't the electronic copies that you get from GW of the rule, aren't they live? I thought they automatically updated. I mean, I've never bought a PDF of GW, but I thought that was the point.
No.
That they
pay
would
the $5 less so you can have it in your tablet instead of carrying around a book.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's...
If they were live, $7 a month doesn't seem so bad because at $84 a year as opposed to buying chapter approve every year, plus a armor builder, that would work.
Yeah, like if it could kind of replace buying chapter approved to
Yeah.
get all those updated points values, that'd be great. I mean, the fucking AOS book did. The fucking AOS app, which was free at launch, was live.
Yeah.
You got all of those free rules, and they automatically updated as you went. Because the number of times when I was learning AOS, I'd bring it up and like, oh, my units do different fucking things now. Because when it first came out, they kept changing all the special rules.
Yeah.
And that was live, and that was free.
Yeah.
Fuck
So that's
it.
yeah. So it's needless to
It's not
say
like they
that
don't know how to do it.
G-Dub has ticked off a few fans this week with the app, and it read some of the comments, and you see someone trying to find a positive about the app, and then getting shot down so quickly. It is funny, and
Is
I
it
don't
spelled
encourage.
APP?
Do not encourage
That's
going
a
after
positive?
people online. It's just
I,
yeah.
I would suggest people maybe read the comments for the lols, but maybe stay out of that cesspool.
No,
I feel
no.
like someone's fishing as
Take
well
my
for that.
clothes off here.
Rule 1 of the internet: do not read the comments.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Rule
okay if you're not working
violations
for
are only
GW.
You will not
pain.
ruin my rant with logic and truth.
It's only marginally more solid than Rule 34 of the internet.
So
Yeah.
let's go to a positive though. All right. So last week, not safe for
I don't know
work.
what's in
Mark.
here. It's like I've got a
I was just
freaking grass seed in my
trying to
sleeve.
distract. Last week, not safe for work. Mark and myself got invited by our local Jolt Games coming down to do an unboxing of the Indomitus box set, and we were very happy. Oh, thank you very much. You can
Excellent
find us
training.
on our YouTube channel, which is Real Loud Gamers. We'll go with that. Find us there, please. Someone's going to link it. Good. I'll put it in the
Heard of
description
YouTube.
as well.
Where are we
Right,
linking
so
it?
we did open it up. So we did you could say it's unprofessional, but I think it's more realistic. Someone else is doing it. Cool. Because we
deeply
did live. Literally, we took the plastic off and had our live reactions of it. And I got to say, those models, my God, they look very, very nice. Those bikes, I was umming and ahhing about White Scar's army. Oh, it's very hard. I think Mark's now umming and ahhing about a White Scar army, and he's a Necron player. So, yeah, those models were just fantastic.
I'm actually thinking of getting the frigging game just for the bikes.
They are just sweet. They just really are.
They make my inner Ravenwing player very turgid.
So they were very nice. Someone got the link yet? No, come on.
I'm getting there.
Look at this professionalism.
It's on your YouTube, isn't it?
It is. So, it's alright, I got it. Relax, buddy. Alright, there's the link for all the people who are watching. Okay, so the models are just fantastic. Both the Necrons and the Marines. The book, oh my God, that is a heavy rulebook. It's almost 400 pages. If you have a fight in a match playing and you don't like them, just use the rulebook to get your argument across, and I mean across their head. You will win.
It's a bit of a power maul, is it?
It is. Oh, Jesus. We picked up the box, went, holy crap, this is heavy. Pull everything out. Where's the weight of it then? Oh my God.
I actually
Thanks,
saw
Anthony.
your reaction on that.
It was, it's impressive. But the books, we did get to read after it and go through a bit of stuff. I've got to tell you, the Crusade rules look fantastic. It is a Necromunda 40k version, so you get your traits if you go, and they have balanced it, so if you do get an extra trait, you're going to cost more. You're going to cost another power level, and it's not easy to get extra traits.
We're allowed to talk about it now?
G'day Mark, thanks for the stream. Still yes, I'm talking about it because everyone else has been talking about it.
Man. I don't know the rules.
No,
I haven't
you
looked at
probably
them,
a good point.
and I don't
won't
know
go
what
into
I
it.
am, and I'm not allowed to talk
I won't
about.
go too much detail.
And
There
it
you go.
won't
It was
make
very
it matter
good,
'cause I
and
don't
people
know.
will like it. So that was positive.
Those of us who haven't fucking looked at the rules can say what we want, I
Yeah.
assume. We ain't signed shit, so to speak.
Mine was the handshake deal.
Yeah, I signed in blood.
The
like
funny
a
part is
shitball.
we did open it up, and this is the new 9th edition, so it's a brand new game. We open up, we went, oh look, here's some miniatures, here's the books, here's some transfer sheets, here's some bases. Where's the dice?
Where my measuring stick?
Where's the measuring stick? Insert rant number 2. Right, if you're going to sell a new game. This is 9th edition, new game, new rulebook. Shouldn't you sell it as a Shouldn't you sell it as a complete box set?
To be fair, I mean they do label it as a battle box, and it really comes across as a convert to 9th edition box, not a hey new people, here's this Warhammer 40,000 thing.
And I mean, look, the fact that it's next to fucking impossible to buy probably sells into that as well, because it shits me. I'm like, it doesn't contain what you need to play. So a new player can't buy this and play the game. Then again, a new player can't get a fucking copy. So where's the problem, I guess, right?
But that's my point. If you're a new player and they're trying to encourage new players, you bring out a box set that gets them up and running. They did really well with 8th edition. I thought the box sets they had for the starter kits were just brilliant. The first strike one, the main one, and there was one in between as well. So it was 3 choices. Yeah. They were really good.
I'm kind of hoping this is some kind of marketing clusterfuck, and that after this comes out, we see those 3 different sized box sets like we did in 8, because that was really good.
Yeah.
And I hope they redo it.
So do I. You can get a measuring gaming guide thing. It does a 5-inch and a 2-inch.
You can't. You can get a combat gauge, which is not the same thing.
Combat gauge. It's only $42.
Yeah, 43. I thought, but
like a laser.
What a bargain!
Lasers that can measure shit.
But like, if you need to do anything that's more than 5 inches away, it's not doing it because it's for close combat only.
Maybe that's why they made the Battletop grounds smaller. So you just got to get 1, 2, 3.
Incy spider.
Can I borrow yours just to make a little train?
Because a cubit.
So, look, for people who are lucky enough to get one, pre-order in, you will be pleased with the models. Hi, you can't hit me.
I have a car. But I don't. I
will travel.
But it is funny because you still see online that people are...
Don't need to hit you. I'll send the Inquisition after you.
People are still advertising giveaways for it. Yeah, 3 box giveaways, and that was the funny part. It was so limited. How many could you buy at a time because it was limited?
3 at a time because we have limited stock. What the hell?
So clearly,
I want 12. That's why I didn't buy any.
Clearly, the independent stockers thought they were getting more.
Yeah. I seem to recall seeing one be like, normally we'd let you buy 6, but we got half, so it's 3.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm sorry, what?
I think for the online stores, it's more that if you get every mate to reduce the cost and shipping.
Who has 12 mates?
I
You can't even legally see them right now.
don't even have any mates.
Define mate. Yeah.
I'm only on this show because I blackmailed each of you.
Yeah, but mine's out in the open, so it doesn't work. Right. Okay, is that rant number 2 done? Are we done with that? Should we go to hobby progress? We should go to hobby progress. Isabel's really excited to say hobby progress because she's got Necromunda in the background and she wants to
I
just
finally
tell
caved.
everyone.
I know. I finally caved. I got the artists formerly known as the Arbiters. Fucking can't remember what they're
Arbites?
called.
They're Palanite Enforcers.
Arbites.
Whatever. And I got the Corpse Grinders, and I love their name, and I love the miniatures. I'm trying to get the focus on them, but I think the focus is on my head. So there we go. This is working. Look at this. Look how pretty they are. My son built both of those.
To her forehead.
Shut up. Yes, I'm holding a model literally on my forehead because I wanted it to focus on the camera. But anyway, yeah, we built some models. I built a whole bunch of scenery, and you can hear it here.
There goes the mic.
No, that's freaking not breaking. I know plastic glue, it doesn't break. And so yeah, I've caved. I brought Necromunda. We're building it. We're gonna play it. And yeah, I spent the rest of my money on a nose piercing. That's it.
As the resident Necromunda enthusiast, fuck yeah.
It's very good. I'm excited.
I took the plastic off my Necromunda box. That was all.
Cool.
Mark, have you done anything?
I've painted 4 Gene Stealers.
Yeah, you did.
Woo!
Yeah.
Well, that's a lot of arms.
I didn't get to paint anywhere near as much as I wanted to because I ran out of paint. But the hobby store's open, so I have paint now. So
The hobby
maybe there'll
store
be
is
something for next month.
I feel you right now. I'm out of wine.
That's exactly the same too. Yeah. That was a little too close to the microphone.
No, it wasn't. I'm not out of beer. I'm out of...
That was terrible. Michael, what about you? Hobby?
I built like 20 plus Goliaths
And
and
Esches?
painted a pile of them, and I've gotten onto painting my Escher, so I've actually got like 2 painted gangs now, and actually 2.5 for the new Necromunda.
And Michael wins hobby progress again.
Woo!
I can say something. For me, you can see behind me the salamanders and the Imperial Guard just sitting there. I was challenged. I was going to have a game with Anthony, and we were going to do Christmas Part 2, which is salamanders versus his Blood Angels. And I had, I better quickly paint. So I rushed and used the airbrush, and then, how about we do a different game? Oh, son of a bitch. So I had to swap all those out. And now I've got the last 5 miniatures of my Imperial Guard finished to paint. And then they will be done and pinned.
On the plus side, you can finish painting your repulsor.
Yes, I don't have to rush because that was taking time to put that together. It took a long time, and I still haven't finished it. It's crazy.
Those repulsors.
I love that you were trying to do it in one night while we were having a...
To get it ready for the
painting
next
bitch
morning.
session.
Yeah.
Well,
I
I mean,
know.
I put my 3rd one together in one night, but the 3rd one, you know, I'm getting good at building them. I've got another one to build in there.
It's crazy.
Do that in an hour.
It's crazy. So
You
I've
should
been
see how fast I
experimenting
build an
more with the
Imperial Knight
airbrush.
now.
So I've been experimenting more with the airbrush, but I haven't actually completed anything, which is useful. In fact, the closest I got is this Commissar, which now I'm going to show one in the camera on podcasting.
Those
Looks
listening
good.
at home,
You can see
Greg is holding
his
up.
red riding bonnet.
Yep.
He's holding up a commissar
See
attached to
his-
a paint
Yes.
handle, which is wearing a red riding bonnet.
Thanks. Alright, okay, so that's the hobby progress. Battle reports. Who's had a battle? Ooh! Anyone else?
No, not me.
No, I haven't finished making the scene.
No, I've only played Blood Bowl online. That's it.
That's it. And how has that gone?
I'm winning a lot. I came second in that last league because in my last game of the league I lost all my rolls. But I'm winning the second league again until there's a grand final. Then I'll lose that.
Perfect. Wow.
Sounds very Blood Bowl.
Yeah.
Yes, it's very Blood Bowl.
The luck of the dice. Well, I've actually had 2 games since our last cast. I've had the Catajan versus or did I?
The point was I had an onion on my belt, which was the style at the time.
As was the style at the time.
No, I did. I just haven't put the score up. It was good.
His Catachans fought against his salamanders. It was the Battle of Mrs. Palmer.
You're welcome. It's a fight to get the shelf space. That's exactly it. I did have 2 games, both of them against Anthony. It was Death Guard versus his Custodes. And what was it? It was at one point it was 10-0 his way. I'm going, fuck. He did end up winning, but he did bring it back to 15-10. So, well, that was a bit more respectable. And I think there was about 3 miniatures on the table left for both armies. So it was bloody. And then I got to do the... my witches got to see the light of day again, which doesn't happen very often.
Whoa! Witches!
I know, right? Against his
Thought you
military of
hated them.
Tempestus. So it was our slow grows from last year decide to
Oh,
duke it out.
nice.
I've been listening to the Witcher books on audiobook.
It's exactly the same.
Same,
There was
right?
Sex,
Were your
violence,
witches
yeah.
like hanging out in wooden tubs?
Yeah, with their assets floating on the water, absolutely. But that was a win for the cult. The cult actually won.
Oh, nice!
I know, right?
So are you.
It's almost like when they don't have dumb special rules, they can do well.
I know, right? It was crazy, but it was funny because I killed all of his troops, and I went, "There's nothing but tanks now."
Ah, tanks. The natural enemy of witches.
Yes, those poison weapons. Oof.
They're very
Hey,
bad
man,
for tanks, but
you're
tanks have a very strong constitution.
You're going to have a hard time poisoning a tank.
It is,
Yeah.
but
It's true.
the Jets, they went, oh, there's a tank. Now there isn't. So they worked
So-
out, right?
How about those units of old mates with blasters that I told you to build?
yeah, they've all got blasters too now, yes. So that was a really good game. They had some two really good games. And I have seen some of the other crew playing games as well. So it's not just been me. You guys need to get back into it. And so the ladder is back in action. Not much has
shit.
changed with it. I know. Not
I'm
much
still
has happened.
5th or 9th or whatever I
Okay,
was.
so top 5 is me on top. Steve in 2nd. Chris in 3rd. He's undefeated, by the way, with his elder. It's Steve Parker in 2nd. Steve Hoyle in 4th. Robert in 5th. Rob is in 5th. He's still probably playing his second game he started a month ago, but he's in 5th at the
Yeah.
moment.
But he has played a game, which is better than
He has
most-
played more than one game, yes.
Hey, that
Isn't he-
reminds me. I got some new Imperial Knights. I should build those.
Yeah, there you go. So we are looking at starting up our weekly and monthly meet next month. So that should be good.
Maybe even get the Necromunda going again.
Maybe you
There's
can
that
have a
too.
meat tray.
Meet train!
The meat raffle. All right, where are the corpse grinders?
All right, so we're going to have a break, and then we're going to get to talk about our monthly hobby topic, which this week is monthly one. This week is
This week's monthly topic.
you pushed me too far, Michael. So
Too
we're going to have
right.
that break from our sponsors, and we'll probably hopefully get Jolt sponsoring soon. Jolt, Lewis, Jolt. All right. No, nothing. Okay. Be right back, folks.
We are Rollers, and we have the games for you. Be it board games, card games, dice games, or party games. You name it, and we have it. Find us online at rollersboardgames.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram at rollersboardgames.
From acoustic to distortion, Storyboard Concept is music that's honest, relaxing, and full ball rockin' music. Follow Colin at storyboardconcept.bandcamp.com.
Run out.
Buy the
I'll
case.
just buy-
Hey, can you buy Necrons
I'll just buy
the
another one.
case?
I'll be back.
Welcome back. Great time in there is.
Oh,
Is, we'll throw it to you. So this month, we are talking about what GW has done right for us lately, and how it's impacting the hobby.
Red-handed.
Step back into the room and you're all talking already.
Yeah, we
I thought
started
we were
talking
having a
as you
break
walked
where I
out.
could actually, like, pick, squeeze, and bottle some wine.
So we want to look at the health of the hobby, because they've brought out a lot of push fit, easy assemble, whatever you want to call them, sets. And Mark thought, well, is that a good thing though? Mark, tell us why you asked us that.
Yeah, because, I mean, all of these new starter kits and stuff are all having these push-fit models and everything like that, which is great for if you're just starting out and you can,
Or
chuck
if you're
a model
6.
together in 5 seconds and it looks good and everything like that. The question that I have really for it is this good for our hobby? Because, steadily shifting away from multi-pose models sort of sucks the creativity out, I guess, a little bit. So I was just wanting to see what other people's thoughts are on this.
Michael?
Well, I don't think that they take away from the fact because we have multi-pose models as well. It's the starter kits that have them. And, I mean, we're getting a lot of monopose models as well that aren't push-fit. They're just monopose as well. And the disadvantage of those is that, if you have multiple fucking Primaris apothecaries, they look distressingly similar. But that they're really, really nice models. Like the old multi-part captains, yes, you could build them however you wanted, but they all looked very samey anyway. Because they weren't a very detailed model and they weren't a great model. They just had different arms.
So think we need to work out. So the push fit ones or the easy assembler ones, they weren't so much in the starter kits. They were actually part of. There's a few. The Redemptor Dreadnought in the Marines. You've got a push fit version and a normal version for double the price. Death Guard, I know I picked up the Mephitic Bloat Haulers. They're push fit, and there's some Death Guard Terminators also push fit and stuff like that. We're not mixing up with a character that only has one option sprue.
Well, I mean, when you start talking about are they killing multi-pose, I think
Yeah.
you need to also talk about the monopose models as well.
Yeah.
Because they're a similar kind. They're like the halfway point between push fit and freeform.
Yeah. So I like the push fit ones. And I based it on the ones I picked up for myself. The Mephitic Blight Haulers and the what is he called? Felthius and his Death Guard bodyguard, what is it called?
Let's call him Felchus.
Felchus? Sure.
I don't know what he's fucking called.
And his Terminators, they were good. But yeah, if I wanted to change the heavy weapon out, I can't. Well, it will be difficult to.
Yeah, like I actually picked up the Primaris Redemptor Dreadnought easy to build kit because I buy fucking everything. And it's a really, really quick to knock out kit. Like it's so much faster to build. It's so easy. Like it's a great gateway drug for new players. It's cheap. It's easy. It's got shit weapon options. Like it's got the worst weapon combinations, but it's really cheap and quick to build.
I was going to use it as that. Come on.
And see, this is where the question is, because, I mean, if we make everything monopose and easy to build and everything like that, are we losing out, or are we making that step up to, like, model conversions and kit bashing and things like that harder as a result of that?
Well,
I don't think it's ever going to be like that.
No.
For starters, I blame CrossFit. Because, like, push fit, CrossFit, same shit, of course. They even rhyme with shit. Anyway, no, I think of Lego. Now, Lego is a colossal brand. We're talking like GW, but times a billion. And they have these kits for juniors. They call them the junior kits. They have really similar look and feel to your older kits, but they just have less pieces, larger pieces, and you can't customize them as much. But the fact is that they're getting younger builders involved in actually building rather than, going to look somewhere else away from this particular hobby, looking at Lego rather than, I don't know, pre-built action figures and shit. And being able to construct it as a much younger person and getting them addicted to the plastic crack that is Lego. And I think this is GW's attempt to do that. And I think it's genius.
Yes.
And I don't think it's replacing it. It's enhancing the crack aspect, which from a monetary perspective is brilliant for them. From an access perspective, it's brilliant for younger builders. And I don't think it's ever going to take away from the more expensive, more customizable models that they offer us.
Yeah.
Go
on.
Sorry. I just think it's an excellent approach. And I don't think it's a replacement. It's a gateway, like you said.
Yeah, like I don't feel like it's an either or situation. Like currently we've got like multiple different levels of complexity, even with the bloody Imperial Knights, you've got multiple levels of complexity within the kits. You've got all the way from the fairly static standard knight kit, through to the other ones, like the little ones have got much more customization to them, and then you got the Forge World ones where you can build the fucking knees entirely by however you want. So we've got a lot of scale still. As long as they don't start taking away that range of scale from it, I think it's perfectly fine. And I'd be surprised if they did.
Yeah, so I agree with this. The starter kits that they brought out are not starter kits. The push fit kits are the great ones for the younger audience to get in, not having to fiddle. And they're still usable to play on the table as well. It's not like, here's a rubbish unit, put it together and go nuts on it. I want to go back to the Redemptor because he has that two option. He has the push fit or he has the full $84 one and stuff like that. But if someone wants to just jump in with an awesome looking model who doesn't know how to play the game, that base push fit one is brilliant. I bought it because that's the armor, that's the weaponry I actually want.
I can't help it if you're bad, Greg. But like, it's just it doesn't have optimal guns or anything like that. It's a good all-rounder kit that's easy to build, and that's great.
Yeah.
This is where I tell you, you just don't know how to use them. but no, I do agree with that. As I said, I just wonder whether this is a harbinger as far as making possibly intermediate people who are thinking of getting into that green stuff or kit bashing and things like that, making that a bit harder.
No, look, I think there's several types of players. You've got someone like Anthony, who just loves modding everything. And he recently bought a Redemptor, but he bought the other Redemptor so he could do stuff with it. I'm not into modding. I do little bits in here, but overall nothing. So the push fit fits me fine. I did buy the Felthius, whatever his name is, the Death Guard guy, and I was going to convert him into Typhus.
Felchius Pile.
Right? But the push fit that he is, his head is part of the back, and which is so for me to cut off his head, it doesn't quite fit well, and so there are catches to the push fit. If you're looking to get a cheap model, that's GW cheap, you cannot expect to be able to start modifying it too much. It just won't let you. But I think that's the point of it, though. It's just put it on the table, get into it, play.
Yeah. I mean, the one thing that does kind of bug me is how so many characters have got these they're incredibly dynamic, beautiful looking models that you can't easily fuck with. Because it's designed to go together in one way, and all the pieces line up in such a way. Some of them are very hard to convert. And you could argue that makes people less likely to convert. But it also makes it more rewarding when you do, because it's harder and they look cooler.
Yeah.
As I said, I mean, like someone who's massively hardcore into their conversions and everything like that. I mean, they're gonna take a coping saw to the model, and they're going to, remodel the whole thing basically. Yeah. But the concern that I sort of raised there was that intermediate step. Someone who's not quite at, I'm going to run my Bobby G through the bandsaw to convert him, who's not quite there, but for instance is looking to change out parts or mold stuff in green stuff or something like that, just to have a bit of uniqueness. And
I'd be putting my Gilliman through a bandsaw, but not to modify him, but just because I can put him through a bandsaw.
It would modify him. I mean,
what's that on the table? That was Gilliman.
Can I just raise the history? And I'm always like this because because this was when I was part of the hobby more than I am even today. I used to modify everything, but the thing was that most of the models we received post. What were they? The beaky second ed models, and I think that might have even been first ed. The beakies post those, it was lead, then aluminium, fixed. Yeah. There was there was nothing. If you wanted to mod them, you had to get out the jeweler's saw, cut shit off, glue stuff on with super glue, plastic to metal. There was no modification, and the fact was that they were great models, not as amazing as they are today, but they were great models. And I almost feel like there's an art to the way that they create these models that makes the modeler and the sculptor not really want to make much diversity, because it's an incredible job they've done. And they must spend weeks creating this model. And it's kind of... it must be a little bit heartbreaking when people like modify them and turn them into something shit. Still, I think the amount of diversity and the ability to mod we have now with the majority plastic models or all plastic models is much better than it used to be, even
hell yeah.
though we can complain.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Second Ed, where everything was monopose, bloody plastic tactical marines, where you pushed the bolter into that slot on the
They were
front.
You want a
horrendous. Those
special
ones.
weapon?
So
Good
bad. Yeah,
luck. Yeah. No,
I used to use Space Crusade models in my army when I started.
I can tell you
I just had shit tons of beakies.
the Indomitus box, they're not push fit. They are some beautiful looking models, which will need some assembly, but it doesn't look overly complicated. And they're beautiful models.
And
I'm
that's
assuming-
the thing. I'm all for simplifying some of the kits because I mean, some of those were horrendous. I mean, you guys haven't put together any of the older NIDS kits recently, but they are horrendous. So you know, I'm not against the idea of making them easier to put together and everything like that. It's just, you know.
Or even the new Necrons, with getting rid of that green rod. Oh my god, do you have you put Necron together trying to get that green rod and then the tip, and then if you're going to paint it, well, you've got to make sure you don't get the green rod, or paint it before you put the green rod. Ah!
Yeah, I mean, as a non-Necron player, I like the idea, the way it sounds, but I can totally understand how much of a pain in the fucking ass those rods must have been.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be like the blue shields for Van Sar in...
Oh man, I hate those shields. I hate them so much.
Rant number 3.
I love how they look, but I hate having to like paint the model and then glue the shield on.
Yeah. Look, and then you got the flip side where you got some boxes that has every accessory under the sun for it. And then you're going, why am I buying a squad of 7 that same price for a squad of 20? Because all the extra bits in it. But I'm
Yeah,
not gonna
like-
use all the extra bits.
That was one thing that I both liked and
Give them-
hated about
Them all
the
12 weapons.
last Devastator squad.
They're
That
not
I think the
authorities.
box comes with enough guns to build
Give them
every
all
single
12
option.
claws.
And it was like, that's cool, because you can build them however you want.
Yeah.
But you're going to have a lot of leftover bits.
Yeah, and I don't mind
And-
having bits.
And it was funny that because
my
I
bits.
actually put together an extra
Here, your wife likes
Devastator.
them too.
I think all you needed was an extra torso piece,
Yeah.
and you had enough to get a 6th Devastator out of the existing box.
Yeah.
Whereas I bought like a truckload of those. There was a for 30k box set that came with the plastic Mark III Marines. I bought heaps of those, and I had so many of them that I built several special weapon squads
Yeah.
of just dudes with flamers and heavy bolters and plasma guns and shit.
Well, I used
Because I had so many leftover guns.
I used the number 7
wheels
because I
of
bought the
cheese.
Death Guard troops, and they come in boxes 7. I went, oh, really? It's the same price as a Corn Berserkers? But then it has, every gun, or I can make them fully decked out with hand weapons instead. And I'm going, oh, look at all these extra bits now. Ooh.
See, this is where your Slaanesh models should just have all of the extra bits, and you can choose
All the extra bits of torso.
all of the extra bits.
I'd actually like to
Excessive.
see some of those boxes that are the multi kits. Venom Thropes are another good example with NIDS. The box comes with enough like additional bits to make, I think it's like 4 or 5 extra models, but they just don't give you enough tails to actually build them. So what winds up happening is there's like a black market for the tails, and you can buy them at like $15 a pop or something.
Yes,
I
I hear that.
And I just like if I could get a box of Venom Thrope tails for like $5 from GW.
Yeah, that's where you sometimes wish they had a bits store.
Yeah, the number of
They got
times
to copy Lego again.
Mm.
Lego's got a bit store.
the number of times I've like bought one box of Cadian heavy weapons teams and then built, all right, I've used the tripod. All right, now I'm going to build a bunch of guys using the missile launcher parts. Now I'm going to build some guys using the mortars.
Yeah.
Okay, but I've only got so many crouching legs. All right, these squads are going to be standing up with their heavy weapons.
Yes, to make sure they're proud of it. Yes, look what we built.
Yes, we have a missile launcher. Fuck you!
This is my gun. How do you
Our
like it?
majestic las cannon.
I'm going to
I
stand
have
up and fire
created
my
an
mortar.
auto-firing las cannon. I can just stand back and watch it. It's AI.
It has a remote control,
It's on my
motherfuckers.
I've got an app for that.
Just stick a fucking controller in their hand
That's it.
and put a big smile on their face.
Hello,
Give him an
computer.
Auspex. He's like, ha ha,
That's it.
fuck you.
That's it. Actually, just put an Xbox remote in his
Hey
hand.
Victor, are we talking points today? No, we're not talking points because we haven't seen the points come out.
Some of us have, but we're not allowed to talk about it.
To be fair, I have not seen points. I've only seen power levels.
Okay.
And power levels are a bit of a joke, really.
They're 4,000.
Look, we did say
Seen
it
the
on
points
the
for
YouTube video.
Necromunda?
We can see that the new data cards, they look very AOS style, limited choices of weaponry and stuff like that. So I can see that will go that way, and that's why I think that's why you're seeing Primaris only have one. Here's your weapon, but you may choose it for only one weapon other.
Which, in their defense, is very 30k Legionnaire.
Oh,
Like,
I've
the
got no issues with it.
Legionnaires didn't have a lot of options. They kind of do their thing.
Oh,
The
And I
thing
kind of
is-
like...
Yeah.
I kind of like that.
It helps with what you get in the box. It helps with balancing the game. It helps in all kinds of ways, not having 10,000 different options.
It
a
also
good
means that
question.
normal
Victor.
old Marines have a point. The point of normal old Marines is they can take weird shit.
Yeah.
If you want to be restricted, you get Primaris. If you want to take weird shit, take normal Marines.
Yeah.
Shit.
Weird shit.
Um,
It's not weird
Greg,
shit,
can
it's
you
weird
answer
shit.
Victor's question? Victor's
Victor?
question is a pretty good one.
When will I be able to talk about
What's-
rules and
what's
stuff
the
in more
date?
detail? I'll get back to you, sir.
In the
We don't have a date. When's the
the launch is
non-disclosure
actually
situation?
what, a week and a half away?
2 weeks away.
Yeah,
Something
Okay.
like that.
Are we going to do a show then? We actually should.
We'll try and cram one in so we're all available. Yeah,
Genuinely.
and our battle reports will be more detailed too. There are a few battle reports already out there, but all the battle reports that are out there are using power level. Just putting it out there. So power level, there's a big push to move away from points, more so than there was in 8th. Let's put it that way.
Which is not gonna work.
Oh,
Uh,
if they discontinue all the old Marines and everything like that.
I think it's only that, the tactical Marines and stuff like that have so many choices in their units. If they no longer had that many choices in units, it will work.
Look, if everything has like 2 options, then
Yeah.
it works better.
Yeah.
But even still, like, power level just bugs me
Well, I can
as an
tell you
old player.
the characters,
I-
characters for the Space Marine characters and stuff like that, they were not cheap power levels.
Yeah.
See, the other thing is though that with the reduced weapons choices, you also have a reduced range of power level that something
And doesn't
can
that
be.
also
'Cause,
lead
like-
into. Sorry, go on.
Because I mean, we've all seen that one thing where if you put in a standard, I don't know, Devastator squad or something like that,
Yep.
and then you just spec it up with everything that can possibly be added at all, and there's like a 300-point difference in the
Standard
squad.
and that, yeah.
Yeah.
That's when we first, and that's when they didn't have points, and they had to come out and say, "Oh, here's your points." That was AOS. They did that, wasn't it?
When AOS came out, there was no balancing method at all. Then people came up with
What?
using wounds, and it was just a mess.
So I'll go back to
When's
Mark.
this
there.
work? Okay. Keep going because I don't get it.
Good. I'll go back. If everyone's going to get limited weapon choices, if that's the way they're going to get that power level balance and a simplified data card, well, aren't we now going back to the kits will have less options in them?
Well, I mean, it works with those much more monopose characters and stuff
Yeah.
because your characters can't take, I can have a thunder hammer, or I can have a fucking power sword, or I can have a sniper rifle. You know, they don't have to
Power sword's
put
a
all that in the kit. Yeah.
No, but what will happen is they'll release separate kits that contain those things, but it'll be all those things.
Yeah.
Like the Redemptor, you think? Interesting. So, okay, so the Indomitus box is coming out. It has no dice, so it cannot be a starter kit. Cannot be claimed as a full game or a starter kit. It is just a box with a rulebook and some miniatures.
They call it Steve Dave.
They call it Steve Dave. The book is coming out, $110 for the rule book. Yes, you heard it right.
How much is the kit?
I saw that it was a thing, but I didn't look at the price. Fucking hell!
Yep.
How much is the starter kit?
No, that's just the
$290.
book.
The book
So
is just $110.
290.
For the
Is
box,
that the
yeah.
special edition? Books
Really? For all those
that-
miniatures and the book? Fuck that. Buy the box.
Nah,
You
he's
can't.
right. Like,
There's
just
none
the-
left. That's the problem.
Just the core rulebook on its own is 110. I'm looking at it on the menu right now. Fuck me.
That's all right. You just got to hack their site and find out where they're going and go and mug people.
Anyway.
It's not hard.
So, what they do with the 8th, they brought out the
I'm
it
not
wasn't called Dark
advocating
Millennium. What was
violence.
it called? What was the last one called?
There was
Dominus?
it was shit. What was that set called?
Come on.
I think it might have been
It was-
called like Dark Millennium.
We'll go
wasn't
with Dark Millennium. So it
You
had
had Dark Millennium, and then there was First Strike, and
Yeah.
I think there was another one.
there wasn't
First
there was
Strike was
three.
What about the
little one.
Apocalypse box set? That came with a whole bunch of shit.
No, it didn't. Just rules and tokens. So there was the main box that came with, you know what, dice. Did it come with rulers?
Yeah.
Yes, it did. The plastic ones, the foot long ones.
Even First Strike actually had the 6-inch
Yeah.
measures. You know.
So they had 3 boxes, which we all agree it was brilliant because you could get a starter box.
No,
and then
no
you get the-
fear was the mid-size starter
No,
set.
no fear. First strike. Do you reckon they'll do something similar?
They'd want to. It was a great idea.
Awesome. It was very
Like-
successful.
It was my biggest, like, this is the thing they did right about 8th edition, was that multiple tiers of actual starter sets that
Yeah.
were aimed at, like, actual young people. So the price was reasonable for someone trying to start.
Yeah.
You know? Fucking granny comes in the store with the kid, oh yeah, buy this $300 box to see if you like it. Much less likely than buy this $50 box and
Oh,
it gives you everything you need to know.
I'm not sure Granny
You
would
know?
like it.
Yeah,
I
so-
think it's great because I was able to corrupt my nephews and start playing 40k because I get them. Here's the first strike. Try it.
Slash cackle.
So that core book on the site looks like it's the one that comes in the actual Indomitus
Yeah, it
set.
does.
I mean,
It
it's,
looks like
it's a
that was
damn
a
near.
l-
It's
I
meant
thought
to
it was a
be-
limited edition book, that one.
Nah,
That's what they're classing as. Yeah.
it's like a 400-page hardcover book.
389 pages, I believe it was.
That's like 400.
It is. It's about $100 pages more than the previous rulebook.
More pages is more dollars.
It's more fluff.
Hey, I like fluff, but fuck me, that's an expensive book.
Yeah. No, I can't tell you that. Okay. Hi, moving on.
It was Armageddon I was thinking, not Apocalypse.
Okay. Welcome back.
Shut up. I've been researching.
Alright, so push fits, we're all positive for him, yes? As
Yep,
long as it
I mean,
doesn't go across
time
the
out.
entire phase. We still
Yep.
have some.
I think Mark's
on.
face says it all there.
He's not
Yeah,
sold.
It's a junior's kit. Just don't buy it. Buy it for your children's.
no,
I mean,
as I said, that's fine. That's just
I found him useful for building, propping up some forces. I needed some extra Terminators. I got the Feltus cohort. And
I mean,
got me some
I'm
extra
all
Terminators.
for it for like
For a lower
troops
price.
and stuff. Like if I could get push fit gene stealers, that would be the best.
You know what? That's perfect, wouldn't it? Push fit guards,
Totally.
push fit.
There's
know,
no
core
variety in
troopers.
G Steelers anyway.
Exactly,
Yeah,
because
that
no
makes
one's
sense.
customizing that.
Push fit Necrons.
Actually, I've got some push fit Gene Steelers. Do you want them?
I was about to say, I'm pretty sure I've got some from
oh,
Space
the
Hulk.
old Space
Space
Hulk
Crusade.
ones, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. That's what I've got them from.
Yeah. What else? We've been talking about this. We've had our rant right at the start, and it's sort of run out of energy. So, Oh, what do I want to complain about now?
Not complain. Let's just like shoot shit and drink alcohol. But kill this.
Oh,
kill
so
this.
there's no scenery in the box set either? No dice, no scenery, no rulers.
Yeah,
right?
it's not a
It's-
fucking starter
it's not a
set. It's
starter
just a
set.
box.
It's a here's what you need to convert to ninth
Yeah.
Yeah.
if
so-
you're already a player.
Yeah, well, that's my point. If you're already a player, you probably already have an army. Those box sets are usually for people who need to get a starter kit and something to start
No,
gaming with.
Can I propose that
Oh,
perhaps
I'm married.
this Indomitus box set originally, when it was conceived, probably a year and a half, 2 years ago, because they would have been working on the rules, they would have understood the release dates they were looking at for 9th edition. They were probably trying to decide how they're going to release it, what sort of packs they were going to release to introduce 9th edition to the world. Then they got hit by COVID, where all their shit shut down.
I
And
hear.
perhaps they actually adjusted the contents
Okay.
because they didn't want to have a full release yet, because they couldn't keep up with what would have been demand.
So, what we learnt when we did the unboxing, the original pre-order date for Indomitus was the 6th of June.
It's not very fucking long since then.
It's not very late. Like,
So
all
another
things
month,
considered.
No, seriously, they were out for over a month, and it's still shit over there either way. Like, it's not quite
I
as
reckon they'd
seriously
have
bad as the
dice.
US, but it's still pretty dangerous over there. So look, I'm going to give them a pass on some of this shit.
I think the models are unbelievable. They would just look fantastic.
Also, if it had terrain in it, it'd cost as much as Dark Uprising.
Yeah.
Like, it would be like a fucking
yeah.
$400 or $500 box if it had terrain in it.
True that.
Fuck, that was expensive, I gotta say.
Yes.
I misread 2
Dark
weeks.
Uprising is a phenomenal box, but holy shit.
It's almost as much as a week's rent for me.
Wow.
Almost.
Wonderful. All right,
Friend.
so
Plastic crack.
plastic crack.
So I
Yes.
guess not having terrain and making it not a starter set makes it seem like better value. It'll sell more, and they don't have to put terrain in it because it's not a starter set.
Oh, it was funny. I thought $290, which is the recommended. I thought, oh, okay, $290, 2 armies, book, yep, get yourself started up. And as soon as I found there was no dice, or even the measuring stick didn't worry me so much, but I went, oh, is it really worth that much? And that's over dice. That was the first thing that went in my head. So I'm paying $290 and I'm not getting my dice.
You're insane. You're insane. If you're a new player, yes, I reckon you got to make that decision. But you are actually insane.
Hello.
As someone, as someone legally allowed to make that determination, but they put a fucking dice bag as the pre-order bonus for a box that doesn't have dice in it. What the fuck?
So many dice. I think I've lost more dice than I have, and I have
Same.
more than enough to play this game.
I have so many dice, but
See, yeah. But that was
I
some
need more
people's
dice.
argument is, well, we've already got dice. Why do I need more
Then
dice?
then again, I know I bitched and whined about the dice that were included in the last starter set because they were like
The blue
16 mil,
ones.
not 12 mil, and it made me an angry nerd. So, you know,
People
they
gonna be
can't win,
angry.
can they?
No, they can't. GW will never win. We're here too loud. All right, just too loud. I forgot what I was going to say. It was awesome. It was really earth-shattering, and everyone would have been impressed.
God, I'm impressed.
But I got my
That is such a good point, Greg. I
know, right?
I believe the entire podcast was worth it just for that point.
Yeah, we are
And
all
I think
better.
we should come back to that again next week.
I
We are all
think the
better for
highlight of the
having
podcast
heard
would have
future
forgotten
Greg.
if I played a game, really.
I got my dice
The
for
highlight of the podcast
the
was
perfect
my
necromunda.
So, push fits. we're okay with them. 3 out of 4 people say push fits are good.
They're okay.
It's better than CrossFit.
I think if they don't
Push fit better than CrossFit.
I don't think they'll ever go and make it across the whole board that everything becomes CrossFit. They would just lose too many of the hardcore fans who
We'd all be the gym if they made everything CrossFit.
There'd be yeah.
All right,
You
first
lose
turn.
fans due to hard
Give me 20. First one finishes gets to go first.
I'm actually into that.
Yeah. So they wouldn't be able to do it because so many people buy, and Michael buys lots of kits, and a lot of people buy multiple kits of things so they can chop and change things. Oh, I need the wings of this guy. I need to get that box and stuff like that. If you started making anything push fit, it just wouldn't happen that way. Push fit like the ones, oh, if I cut this head off, just cut his whole back off as well. That wouldn't work.
Mm-hmm.
Core introduction.
Back on it.
The younger audience, new players, think are great. For the hardcore mofos like us, yeah, I think it's good to boost. I found them good to boost my force at a low cost, which is great. The new sets are not push fit. They've got a lot. I don't think they've got a lot of choice in what you're going to arm them with.
I got the impression that they are monopose, if not push
they're
fit.
monopose. They are monopose, so it'd be interesting to see what comes out later. But I feel you'll
Just appreciating the monopose.
with the fact that the data sheets will have less options, I think we will see more monopose models. We'll just see.
That
Mark,
was my
what's your-
jump, by the way, podcast people.
Didn't hear
I'm
anything.
cold.
Mark, what do you reckon? With wrapping up, you haven't worked this out, people.
I reckon, yeah, but as long as it doesn't cut out the middling intermediates, it's good.
Michael, what about you?
I'm kind of the same. Like, I don't think they're going to get rid of the more complex stuff. I think that it's just more options, and it makes the game easier and more accessible for new players. And you need new players, or else everyone is like me, and that'd be shit.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be shit.
Not for GW, it wouldn't be.
Not you.
Well,
You
look, if
buy
everyone
them
was-
anyway. Yeah, good point.
If every player was like you, GW would be the largest corporation on the earth.
They would be like shitting in Golden Thrones. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Dead, though. Psychic power. Yeah.
My opinion is that I love Lego, and it feels to me just like a clever move to introduce younger players to building models.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think it's great too with that point there, but then they have price points for $110 for a rulebook.
Fuck.
Or $42 for a
They
measuring
give it
tool.
and take it away.
Dark Uprising cost me fucking, I don't know, lots of money. And it
To be
hurt
fair,
me.
though, the core rulebook is free. So
Oh, the core, the 12-page
Yeah.
version. Yeah.
yeah, could be worse.
Yeah, in
Could
the
be
old
that.
days, they would have charged you for that.
They would have.
They would've.
They
And it
did.
would be $50.
All right,
Anyway,
folks.
Alexi at the board I store was very excited when I bought Dark Uprising. I called him up and I said, "Oh, have you got Dark Uprising?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm just going to come buy one. They're like, "Okay."
We're closing early. All right, so we're going to wrap it up. Look, if you did enjoy this, please say thank you and like us. Hi, like us. We're lovely people. If you're watching us on the
Please.
YouTube, hit that like button and hit the subscribe so you can see more. We will have more battle reports
Or if you're
coming
watching us
soon.
on the Facebook.
If you're on the Facebook page, also hit that thumbs up. Is that what you're meant to do? And subscribe? Thumbs up, everyone. Mark, where's your thumb? Pull it out. Stick it up.
All right.
There we go. We get Mark doing thumbs up means you can too. All right, you can also follow us on our Twitter, which is RLG Oz Gaming. You can follow us on our Instagram, which is RLG40K. You can follow us. Facebook, if you're not watching already, is RLG40K. That's 40K. Hey. You can catch our gaming side of it on the RLG Real Loud Gamers. YouTube. Oh, God. How many other things we got? Someone's got another YouTube name for us, surely. What's our YouTube channel? Yeah, good.
Hail
Thanks,
Satan.
good. Real Loud Gamers is our YouTube channel. Thanks, people. You're really helpful.
It's what I do.
Amateurs.
Yeah.
RLG
Happy to
Real
help.
Loud Gamers. Yikes. You can also follow us on Twitch. Today we are doing it on Red Bellies. Hello. We will try and get it back onto the Real Loud Gamers one, but today it's Red Belly. Hello. And I hope you enjoyed it. Anyone else want to say anything? Mark, you happy to say goodbye?
That's it. Cheers.
Isabel, you want to say goodbye?
Bye, everybody. It's been awesome.
I'll say goodbye.
Eat Messina ice cream.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored.
Don't care. It's so delicious.
And I'll say goodnight. And guess who's saying goodnight to us now?
Push fits pushing their luck. Monoposers boring guff. Have they pushed things too far? Is anyone surprised that we don't agree on it all? Tune in next month for more Wobbly Player Syndrome.